here to talk about dowsing, how the dowsing works. All I've got is two pieces of wire. They're L-shaped, and I hold them in my hands loosely so that they can do whatever they want to do. I do not know how they work when I go across the grave, or nobody else does. It's one of those things that's unexplained. But if I take and walk across the grave, these rods will cross. When I get over the grave, it uncrosses, and I go across again, I get back over it, and then I get over here, they cross on this one here. Now, I can tell if it's an adult or a female, adult or a child by going on the end of the grave and coming towards it like this, and when I get to it, they cross. It's only like 2 steps, and then it uncrosses. So therefore, I've got a child, is that right? Young kid? Does it look like that on the stone? Okay, now I got the table a little closer, but if I come over here, they'll cross. When I get on the grave, they don't cross until I get to the end. This particular person must be an adult because it's a lot longer than what the short ones are. And that's what some of these are here. Most of those are adults, I think, right there. These are artifacts that were found in abandoned cemeteries. The badgers dig them up, the old ones, and this is what we found. If there's bones there, we kick the bones back into the grave and try to cover it as much as we can. But this particular piece right here, I know is off of a child's grave. It was found south of Fordville in a grave. The rest of these, I have an idea where they were found. Like this was over at the Lutheran Cemetery by Worms. This was down by Coles, and I don't even know what them are for sure, but there's some kind of an emblem that was on the casket itself at the time. I have, you can pass these around. Funeral cards, go ahead and pass them around. When you died back in the 1800s, 1900s or later, you were able to get a funeral card from a funeral director, and those what the cards are look like. Now, another thing is about dowsing. Here it is. This is just a piece of dirt that was dug up out of the Central City Cemetery. He was in between 2 plots. He had no record of anybody being there. He dug down and pulled up, and the dirt was discolored. So he got his dowsing rods out and tried it, and then walked across it. When you got across that piece of dirt, it crossed like that. Also, where's my envelope? I have the envelope here. Well, anyway, there is a envelope. You can look inside of it. This was also dug up from the same grave. It's a braid of a girl's hair. Look at it. It's braided. Now, how do we know that it's a girl's hair? We take the beads, we get them disoriented, and wait until they settle down, and they'll tell us if it's a male or female, or which direction the beads will go. When they get settled down, looks like it's going to go east and west. East and west is a female. If it goes north and south, it's a male. We'll try it over here. We figured that one out earlier, or both of them. So we know this one's a male, but let's see which direction it'll go. North and south. It's starting to go. So we were able to tell that that was a male, and that was a female, and this is a female. Up in Merritt County, they are putting in pipelines, I think, for all the ethanol plants to pick up carbon. Where they would dig in the pipeline in one of the areas, they skimmed the dirt off for about 1 foot, which I don't know how much they dug off. But anyway, the farmer told me a long time ago that there were artifacts out there from an old Indian site. So I went out there to look to see whether there was any artifacts out there. Well, they skimmed the dirt off. There's this black spot about so long and about so wide. I got curious. Why is it black when everything else is tan? So I got my rods out and I walked across it. Across, across. That also is a female child the size of the grave. Somebody that was probably buried on the immigrant trail back in the 1850s, 60s, whenever the wagon trains were coming through. The Mormons went through there, California Trail went through there, all those trails, and somebody died. And this is the person that was buried there. It's the oils from the body that were left there. Several years ago, up at Goose Lake, near Chambers, we were asked to find the town of Bliss, the cemetery for it, because they knew it was going out into the lake that was there. We dug we found the cemetery where the bodies were supposed to be. We dug them out. We found all 4 or 5 of them. When we got done, the hole would not douse again. But we went over where we took the dirt out, and the dirt would douse over there. So we know that the dirt on top of there was from that grave that was there. We never found any bones or clothing or anything like that. So evidently enough chemicals were in the soil in order to eat everything up that was in there. Same with this one here, there was nothing there. So the chemicals was all been eaten up. So pass that around. You pass the other stuff around. Okay, cool. We also do symbolisms. And anybody wants to try it, I got extra rods for you. You're welcome to try them. So,
I was taught by a guy in Indiana to do this, and he taught me to hold it slightly different than the way it was.
okay, all right.
Speak up so we can all hear you.
Okay, I said, a guy in Indiana taught me about dowsing, and he told me to hold it slightly different than the way he was holding it. Using the pinky,
Yeah, okay.
like that. I think it causes less friction in the hand.
Okay, could be.
And he said, when you walk over, that if it crosses like that just did, and I think it did it wrong for me, so I'm not holding them right, that it was male, and if they go, or yeah, male if they come together, and female if they go out.
Okay,
And I went to a cemetery in Reynolds, Rose Creek Cemetery, where I didn't know any of the graves. There was, I think, 6 there, and I got the genders of everyone but one of them right, and the one that I didn't get ended up being a child.
okay.
So I probably wasn't over the right part, or there wasn't enough to.
And I've heard about that too, where the rods will cross for male and uncross for female.
Yeah.
Right, I've heard that.
And when I heard the guy tell me this to begin with, I was being very polite because I thought he was full of it. But I went and did it, and it worked.
Right. Yeah, sure.
I was shocked.
You were skeptic until then.
I was a skeptic.
Who else wants to try them? Here you go.
Somebody take a chance.
Anybody else? Okay, all right.
Frank and I will have dowsing battles.
Yeah, you can try it.
The copper too? Yep, they're copper. You can use any kind of wire. Any kind of wire you want to. Baling wire, number 9 wire, fencing wire.
Just walk.
Have you ever looked for water?
Yeah, yeah, they work for one. Yeah, yeah.
I've never worked with gray.
Go slower. I mean, you gotta give them time to react a little bit.